Okay, guys, so I'm gonna see if I can do an Instagram live while recording. Trying to figure out how to even do Instagram live. Oh, okay, I think I did it. So I'm not sure. Okay, I'm live. Okay. Alrighty, here I am. This is me, and I'm still recording. Oh snap! I'm gonna put this on Anchor then. Hey guys, what's up? So basically, trying new stuff out. Got my my hair out, all crazy and stuff, but it's all right. It's growing a lot, so that's good. Um, this is like really ridiculous. Like really, I'm like the type of girl that like wants to look good, but this right here is not. But I don't know. I'm just over it. Like I'm just over. I mean, I like looking cute, but like I'm like over it. Like trying to be more than what I am. Uh, Especially online. I just don't feel like it gives you guys much value. Um, but yeah, let me write a comment real quick. I did a Facebook Live one time, I think last week, and that was like 40 something minutes. Like, it was ridiculous, but it's up there still on the my second page, gay fantasy stories. So it's up there if you want to see it. Nobody watched it because like nobody really watched. Oh my god! Hey Sharon! Oh, somebody's here. This is crazy. Like Instagram is ridiculous. Uh, this is ridiculous. I don't know why can't I send the message. What is happening? Life is not working out really well. I'm trying to say hi to you, Sharon, but like, oh, post, duh. Hey Sharon. Hope you're doing well and everything. But yeah, like what I really wanted to, well, actually, I mean, shucks, like, if you guys can tell me what you would like to see or what you want me to talk about, that'd be great too. Otherwise, I'm just gonna do my own thing and like, originally, like on Snapchat, I just said that I'm gonna start writing, writing, just brainstorming like life and just trying to figure out what like who I am and what I wanted to do when I grow up. Right now I'm 19 years old, so fairly young, but I still have like an uncomfortable amount of anxiety just because I'm just like okay, let me just say this, like I'm kind of like a workaholic. So like even though like I spent like right now I'm not working as much because my job just doesn't can't provide enough hours. So like I've just been like on YouTube constantly watching videos and just trying to get like just get my mind stimulated. And I mean it's been working out. I mean listen, like I like to be around people. I have been like in my whole all the time. Like I've been hanging with my peeps from church and all that stuff, and that's always refreshing. Um, but I'm just trying to find like my way, making my way downtown. Anyway, after that rambling, I'm also recording. Is it still recording? Yeah, I still have my voice recording for Anchor / iTunes / wherever else I post for my podcast. Because I want to do just as much. Sorry, it's pretty dark in that angle. I want to do as much experimenting on these platforms as possible. So that's what I'm doing. Okay. Well, I will say this: like, if you, I know a lot of you guys are here for because you like my art. So I can show you guys. Can I switch this? And it won't change the live stream? I guess I can. Let's do this. So, this is the new sketchbook that I got. It's pretty small. 9 inch and 12 inches. 9 by 12. And the first thing I did was simply G, of course. And then honestly, the next one that I did, I skipped a couple of pages because like when you, well, at least when I draw, I'm real messy. So like the back of this page gets messy. So I did. Anyway, the most recent, no, wait. That was for the Epic Gay Story Creators group that I have on Facebook. Okay. And that one models after my own body, so I guess you have an idea of what my body looks like, but not really. But I mean, this is more relatable. The curves and the bumps and the lumps and all that stuff. Real fun. And then this is what I'm doing now. It honestly, like, I haven't been doodling a lot. I'm sorry, all you guys on Anchor don't know what is happening. Sorry. But essentially I'm just like showing the peeps on Instagram Live, my sketchbook. So this right here, like I wanted to doodle some more. I wanted to just start doodling more. So this just started out as a doodle, but then it turned into like, oh, this kind of looks like gills, which now it doesn't, but it used to. Oh, this looks like an eye. This could be a fish. So now I'm drawing a fish, like a fantasy type fish. But honestly, like what I want, I don't know, like, again, I'm later on I'll start writing and just trying to figure out what I want to do. What I want, I'm narrowing down what my goals should be because I have a tough time narrowing my goals down. But yeah, this is Zara. Sorry, it's a little bit. There you go. This is a character from the main story that I have in my mind. It is based in the Middle East. He is Korean, but I'm not sure if he's the main character or what. He definitely is. There goes the sink. He's definitely like the main cast member, but it's also this Muslim guy that is also a big part of the movie that I have in my mind. So he has like long black hair and like goes all the way down there, and then like this is more like an abstract like type thing, but essentially like I envision the scene where he's like on the floor like in the midst of these like dark bushes and he's looking at the Muslim character. So that's what I have so far. And I just wanted this to be the profile pic for my Facebook profile page. And then that's all I have. And then I did do the picture of the girl Maggie in here too, but I ripped it out and I framed it and gave it to my brother, which gave it to her. She's his girlfriend at the, like at this point in time. So that was cool. But I don't know, like if you guys do want me to draw for the live stream, I can definitely do that. But right now I'm just gonna write and call it a day. And maybe I'll do this for like, I'll do this for like 10 minutes or so. I won't waste your time too much. I know some of you guys just want to like pop in and just see what's up and then pop back out. But, and that's totally fine too. That's what I do. And right now I have like Gary Vee on the screen. This is an old video, but I mean, can't get enough of Gary Vee, you know? Started like rewatching videos and stuff. Anyway, so let's see here. I feel really uncomfortable writing because I don't know, like it's just, I'm afraid things may get too real and I don't like. I just feel uncomfortable when when things get too real. But okay, and for all you guys who, I don't know, I just feel like everybody pretends to know what they want to do, but they don't. And it's like, for all you guys that are like judging me, uh, because they're like, what? Like, this is so stupid. Like, why is she spending time, like, learning about herself or, like, trying to figure out who she is? Man, you have no idea how important that is, okay? So, I'm just saying, you can judge me all you want, but it won't do you any good, that's for sure. Ooh. I guess I don't do any spaces yeah, either. There's no spaces at all. Whatever. Okay. So I don't know where to start. I mean, let's just go broad and then narrow it down. So let's kind of like do a tree scenario. I like trees. Okay. And then we'll branch out the roots as in like the fundamentals, like what can I do to make the specifics happen? I guess. I'm really making this up as I go, and then whatever I want to make room for the actual writing portion. But yeah, so I mean, I definitely want to. Okay, let's start over here. I definitely want to make movies. Okay, I'm really like writing this through the actual screen, through the screen. So this is like really interesting. Yeah, that screen. Um, yeah, make movies. That's always been a a desire of mine when I was even younger. I used to like reenact scenes from like Finding Nemo and just I don't know. I used to like draw characters from movies that I imagined, or draw like the the cover of like a movie or like a scene or something. So I definitely want to do that. And then I love see, and this is funny too. Like I don't want to be a fashion designer more so I want to be like a maybe like a wait costume costume designer. I love clothes, and I think clothes like that are just a great expression of like a person, or just a great like artistic expression. And I also did want to be a fashion designer. I used to watch a whole bunch of like fashion shows and like draw. Still have a lot of like actual sketches of figures and like clothes and stuff that I used to have. But nowadays, I definitely think that I would want to like probably like when I think about like a movie, most of the time it's a fantasy storyline, because everything else is kind of like basic to me. By the way, like that's like nothing. That's just like random stuff that I drew like before that I stopped drawing, like maybe like a month ago or something. Um, but anyway, so yeah, fantasy story. Or when I think about like the K-pop group that I have in my mind, the 남자의 친구, uh, boyfriend, the androgynous Korean K-pop group that I have in my mind. I absolutely love thinking about the clothes that they wear, and I'll draw. You've seen some drawings of them on Instagram and everything. So it's kind of like that. I also love, and I guess like stuff for like MVs or stuff for like live performances. Like those are kind of like costumes, or those are just like clothes too, like performing clothes. So yeah, I definitely want to like do that as well, because I have so many cool ideas. And of that, and I kind of know like the general like style of K-pop fashion. So I just love doing my own rendition and creating something that's hard to create for like clothes for feminine guys. Like that, it's a pretty hard thing to do, but I think I do a good job. So I don't know. I want to do more. But I don't know. To me, like I just maybe this is a personal problem, but sometimes I think that it's a bit boring. So yeah, this is me. I'm gonna write something in the chat. Um, uh, I hate being. Oh wait, no, I'm not gonna say it 'cause I wanted to be a surprise to you guys. But yeah, and this is very true because I don't like being boring, or I hate being boring. Yeah. Um, and I need to do my own thing. Like I hate doing what other people are doing. It drives me absolutely crazy. So this is my thing. But yeah, so fashion. So movie, fashion. I don't. I mean, I've acted in the past, but I don't know if I want to be an actor. I thought I did multiple times in my life, but I'm not sure anymore. Maybe because like again, like I said, number one, like I did used to act out scenes in my like just physically maybe or in my mind or just like I like repeating like if I watch like a really cool TV show, I love repeating like this like the dialogue and acting it out. But again, that if it's something that I don't particularly like, or is it, if it's like a story that I don't particularly, and of course, like most actors do stuff that they like, but and that's after like years and years of doing shit that they don't like, and that's like the nature of things. But my point is that like I want to start doing, I want to do something that I won't absolutely hate in the beginning, and I can persevere through that and then do what I want to do. I guess I'm kind of selfish in that regard, but I think for me it's like when you kind of smudgy there. For me, it's like when I see this is kind of arrogant, but like when you know what you want and like when you know what's good, like for me and like the people and like just the general public, it's like it's hard to like do it what everybody else is doing or try to work under somebody. Now, side note, I do love my job and everything like that, but I still like to do my own thing. Like I still want to be creative in my own right, you know, and that's what I'm trying to work towards. But yeah, I guess I can write that. It's so blurry. Like I can't like hold this thing very steady. There you go. Just be creative. And I definitely want to meet people that like I'm sorry, it keeps going in and out with the blurriness. I can't like really like control it. My hands are not that steady. Meet people and talk like meaningful conversations. Meet people and have meaningful and talk meaningful conversations. Okay, so basically, you guys like the more um the more I hang around my sisters and brothers from church, the more I realize that like I really do like being around people and just like hanging out, having a good time. But I also know that like our generation is very obsessed with like just not even obsessed, but like we're just so used to doing our own thing and like you know being like on our phones or on our computer and doing our own thing because like that's how you know a lot of us, at least for me, I grew up kind of like my parents worked a lot, so I was alone. Me and my brother were alone, so we just had to entertain ourselves. Like that's what we did. I mean, we had friends, but like nothing like close knit. Um, but essentially, no wonder why, especially definitely like middle class kids in this era, like our comfort zone is to just like kind of like be quiet and just like be in our own little worlds with our phones, like that's just how it is. But the thing that freaked the thing that freaked me out, like when I after, like, for instance, last Friday we hung like me and like people from my church, college people. I'm not in college right now, but other college people, like, 20, 21, 22, 23, and around that age. We hung out at the park, even like played like kickball or just soccer or whatever. Like we just played and had a good time and ate. And then when we got back, like we were tired, but like like pretty much like everybody was on their phones. So I was like, okay, like it was like really bizarre, and like, I don't understand people don't want to like keep, like, people are tired, but it was really interesting because for me, I'm just like, okay, let's just like talk and have a conversation or do something, and everybody else was just like, all right, this is the time that we can like be on our phones and like be done with this this like physical interaction, and like now we can worry about like people on Instagram or something. I don't know, like, or we can like look up YouTube and like, listen, I love YouTube, but like when I'm around, and this is like a thing, like even when I was younger, when I'm around people, I want to be so engaged, and I'm so like, let me turn around this thing real quick. When I'm around people, I want to be engaged with them. I want to be connected with them. I just want to be there and present with them. And a lot of people, I guess, don't care for that, or don't care for that as much as I do. Or if they do, they're scared and they don't want to, or don't want to take the risk of having conversations or just like talking. Again, like, people do want to hang out, and people do hang out, and it's a fun time. It's all that cool stuff. But maybe I'm just obsessive with it. Maybe I'm just obsessive with it. I don't know. But yeah, and meeting people, like, it's like I definitely am obsessed with like the continent of Asia right now. And by Asia, like, of course, specifically for the story that I'm writing, I'm focusing on the Middle East, but like I'm learning Korean. I may want to learn Japanese. Japan is very strange. Like, Japan has a very strange cultural thing going. Okay, listen, everybody's strange, but I don't know why. Like, it just seems like it's hard to get my heart into learning a Japanese. Like, it's actually pretty easy to get my heart into learning Chinese or Mandarin, but I stopped because I was like, this is really stressful. And Korean is just easier. But I definitely think learning Japanese is going to be very, very important in the future. Just Asia in general. It's like it's a lot of stuff's happening, and I want to learn more about. Like, Malaysia is a very interesting country. Like, there's a lot of people that watch me that are from Malaysia. I mean, like, talking about the Philippines and Vietnam, and North Korea. That's a whole thing too. And it's like, I know I can't do too, like, just me. I can't really impact people in North Korea, but I definitely would love to impact the conversation we have around North Korea. I think it's such a shame that like we all just like kind of are just like, yeah, that's happening, and then like just don't do anything about it. Like, those are people, like actual people that I don't choose to be born in that country, and it's just like really bizarre. But yeah, again, like, what I really want to do, and I've been on this for a couple of weeks now, is that I just want to create or just cultivate a community in which we're not afraid to talk about stuff. And that's why I love people like, TJ Kirk, Paul, Scotty, all those crazy neckbeards. And then, I love like Joey Diaz and Gary Vaynerchuk. And I don't know if I have any like female like role models, but these people are very like outspoken. They're just like, listen, that's how it is, and let me just do me, and I love it, and that's kind of what I want to become as well. Let's see here. I definitely, yeah, like just like community and love. Like, even though we can talk about, crazy stuff, I really want love to be at the center of it. I mean, like, I was just watching a documentary. What's this guy's name? I was watching the H3 podcast, and Ethan had brought this guy out. I'm not sure if I can find it anymore. I thought his name was Theodore. Was it Theodore, or am I like tripping? Crap. No, wait. I really don't want to like not like figure out what this is. Let me go to history, I guess. Yeah, this would be helpful. That didn't really help. A ton of this is porn. No, please. I don't want any noise happening there. But yeah, so okay, while I stall and like try to figure out what this documentary was, love, okay, and understanding. That's what I want. I just want love, understanding, because I think that, and like, and then we can branch that out into like forgiveness, and then all these other concepts that seem very fluffy and just okay, that sure, you're forgiving, that's cute, but especially learning more about Christianity or just learning about God is so much more of a strength than you could ever imagine. Empathy, forgiveness, and care and all this stuff is extremely, extremely like powerful, and it makes you stronger. It doesn't make you weaker. Humility, Gary Vee's favorite word, stuff like this. It's just, I want to. Oh, that's okay. I found it. Found it. Things like that. I want to like have a community which we are tight on that, and then the issues at hand, we can address them, and they can be addressed in a productive and meaningful and even a fun way. So, this guy that H3 Ethan has spoke about, Louis Theroux. He's a documentary creator or a film creator, and Ethan had mentioned this documentary on pedophiles because they were talking about pedophiles on the show with Doji and what's his name? With this that rapper's name? Oh, Post Malone. Yeah. They talked about it. I'm like, that's interesting, because like nobody like who wants to like think about pedophiles, who wants to really like know what a pedophile thinks or who they are or anything like that. But me, in my story, I wanted to like the story with Zada. By the way, I just want to take a break and say thank you people from Anchor, or thank you people from iTunes that are still listening to this, or I love you guys because you guys can't like see anything. And hey, if you guys are like if you guys love podcasts and you love multitasking, and if you're doing the dishes or like eating or driving, like hey, that's what's up. Um, yeah, let me give you guys a visual here. So yeah, Zada. Okay, so guy from the Middle East, set in the Middle East, and mainly there's just no like just like a an open space for story writing. So I figured, why not create a story and a fantasy story at that in that setting? That's what I love to do. I love to create stuff that hasn't been done before. And then, as we all know, the Middle East is not a gay-friendly place. You know, we're talking about the Islamic State, we're talking about Yemen, we're talking about Saudi Arabia, Iran, Iraq, so on. Okay, and you know, it probably the area with the worst case of homophobia for real. And I don't care for whatever, however you label BuzzFeed people, SJWs, the new age feminists that are worrying about stuff that doesn't matter. And the Me Too movement is okay, thumbs up, but I just hate for us to miss the point, like to miss the point that okay, let's help people out. And I think making men lesser than is not, or making or villainizing being a man is just not the way to go. And I don't like that in this in like the Western society. It's kind of moving towards that because people get bitter and people get angry and people want power mostly. So it's just the whole thing. But that's kind of what I think SJWs like, and people love chaos. But I feel like, see, I love chaos too. I love being outraged. But what I do is that I kind of channel that into situations like like we're talking about Japan and Korea and China. We're talking about the East Asian countries that are not gay friendly as well, but they are kind of being more open to it, but have a culture of not really speaking their minds, as can be very, very deadly, as we can witness by suicide rates. And then in the Middle East, I mean, the reason I veered way off, but in the Middle East, not only because mostly justifying killings of gay men or accused gay men from religion and Sharia law, and I don't know that much about Sharia law, but I know that's the main motivation, or maybe it's just hate in general. But there's also a culture of boy boy molest boy molest oh my god molestation and rape, and also like I think I don't know where I heard it from, but like little boys like in maybe like Iran or Iraq, they will kind of be forced to be like feminine. Like I'm talking about like maybe like 7, 9 years old. I'll be forced to like kind of dress up as females and dress up like feminine and like dance for like older guys. I think I haven't researched it that much, but I definitely heard that. So we're talking about like a really interesting like kind of suppressed like society, like sexually, and like I watched the whole the documentary on pedophiles, and it's very interesting. I guess I'll get back to the writing later, but and this has been more than 10 minutes, so you can imagine like I lied. I lied to suck you guys in here. I didn't mean to, but I naturally just talk so much. Oh gosh. Yeah. Let's just yeah. Um, what I learned from the documentary is that a lot of the men are quite shameful, like very shameful, very guilty, and I didn't expect that. Like I didn't expect, and and it's like one of the first times that like I can't get into like the whole documentary, but essentially they it was focused on this place where after like these people that committed rapes or molestations or what have you, after they've gone to after these men gone, which I thought like, are there any women like where are the women like pedophiles go? I don't know, but it's a very interesting thought, right? After the men go through the jail situation, because they are most kind of forced to go into this other program where it's kind of like jail, but it's like it's specifically focused to kind of like psychologically beat the urge or the desire to be sexually attracted to children out of you, and it's through like therapy, it's through like conditioning, um, like containing your environment, get trained, just talk about your past and come like just being honest with yourself, all that stuff. And a lot of people, a lot of the men actually hate being in there. They'd rather be in prison because like at least in prison they're like it's like, listen, I know the rules, I know where I stand, but like in here it's like it just feels even more like I can't do what I want to do, right? I can't really like I got a sense of I can't really be myself, I guess, and I can understand that. And it's like it's the other thing of like at least in prison you have a chance of getting out. In this place you really don't have a chance of getting out, mainly because if you are deemed like cured of your pedophilia, or if you're deemed fit to be in society again, the chance of, and that's rare to even pass that whole system, but the chance of you actually getting out and finding a place where you can live and finding work where you can work is extremely like almost like the chance of that is non-existent, because who wants to be around a pedophile, especially one that like has actually acted on the urges and explicitly molested boys and girls, boys or girls, and raped boys or girls, and in the works. So yeah, it was very interesting. But a lot of them were like pretty shameful. So that was really interesting. And the story that I'm creating, I haven't. This is gonna be like the main story right now. I don't have a name. I don't really care about names really. When it comes to writing stories, I'm just like, okay, yeah, that story, the Middle East story. There is a. I want to delve into that. I want to delve into pedophilia and how it can be a cycle, even though it can be an innate like desire. I'm sure there are cases of that, but like just because I like first I think, see, I was born, I guess, like sexually curious, but I also had instances growing up where I definitely was, I encountered sexual like stuff, which even it just made my whole brain even like more like, okay, like sex is important and I need sex, at least mentally. I'm still a virgin, but I pause because like I'm still technically a virgin. Okay, like I won't get into that right now, but I'm still vaginally still a virgin. Everything else, listen. I still haven't really even kissed anybody. You see, I'm a weird case, so But I definitely, like I said, I watch porn. I've watched porn and like erotic movies and erotic stories and yaoi. That's basically freaking porn. Well, yaoi since I was like maybe 14, but porn since I was like 8 years old. So we're running on like 11 years. So I mean, like I can empathize with these men. That's why I didn't have a problem necessarily watching this. I wasn't like made uncomfortable. I was just intrigued more than anything because I'm really intrigued by the different, like how people think about sex and different scenarios and where it can go wrong and where it can go good. And for me, I want to create stories that have a more positive outlook on sex and romance and love, but also talk about like real shit. And I'll get into that story perhaps in the next live stream. But yeah, yeah, yeah. So let's just do a little bit more of this right now. So, and I definitely imagine like possibly being in like a podcast, not just by myself, but with even other people. So, and then like traveling, I'll just, oops, traveling, definitely Asia. Oop, not Asian, Asia. Um, East, South, West, maybe not North. I don't really care for Russia. Sorry, Russia. But yeah, definitely traveling Asia. I find just the whole situation very, very interesting. And when I watched like Edward at Villa, he kind of like want to do something like that. Just want to experience the culture. Like I love culture. So yeah, that's the broad stuff. Now let's try to narrow this down. I don't know how to narrow this down. I mean, okay, let's review this. Make movies, costume / fashion designer, be creative, meet people and have meaningful conversations, and travel to Asia. That's really what I want to do, like honestly. So probably, I mean, my method right now is just like doing a lot of stuff on the internet, just talking to as much people as possible, doing as much favors for people as possible, drawing for stories that I believe in, just drawing for people that I believe in. So let's talk about, let's go down here for a second. Let's talk about some stuff that that I'm fueled by, the root of some stuff. So I love attention. I love attention. I love let's see here, when I was younger, I love to explore. So to explore. I love to eat. It does. I mean, like that's a comfort thing, you know. 'Cause say food is your best friend, I guess, right? Um, and I love my alone time, but I hate being lonely. And of course, we hate being boring. And I think the reason, listen, I'm not the most, I'm a okay person. I guess I'm a cute person, is what my parents tell me. But my strong my strongest asset is not my looks. I don't think it's not my body. Most definitely not. It's not. Maybe it's my intellect. I mean, I can't read books very fast. I can write. I can talk very intelligently, I suppose. But that kind of goes more along with my personality. And I think my thing that makes me me is my personality. That's partially why I'm doing what I'm doing on all these different platforms. I'm on, Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. I don't know if I'm gonna make a YouTube video. Like I'm doing this live stream that's like taking up my talking time, and I don't think I want to talk. I don't know what I'm gonna talk about on YouTube. Cause on YouTube you have to be like really freaking like on point, and I have been on point. I just been doing my thing. Like I said, I just want to do my thing, but my personality is the thing that I think is the best part of me. And the sad thing is that when I was younger, I used to think that, like, why don't people see how cool I am and how awesome I can be? And I think really because I am quite quiet and reserved, because I like to watch, I like to listen. Like people, a great communicator is one that listens, not really one that like talks more. It's one that listens more than they talk, I believe. And I mean, like when people like, I guess when you're younger, I have to have empathy because like when young kids don't know how to like. I think I'm more mature for my age than I'm just mature for my age. So most kids my age didn't really talk about things that like really mattered, at least to me. Don't itch, Alyssa, don't itch. You just took a shower. You could do it. Most I don't know, I just never got like the excitement out of life where I thought I should have gotten. Like people just weren't people were boring. I guess people didn't have much to say. And I think I blame that on people. And I think I really want to reconcile what happened in my past. In my past, my family, like people around my neighborhood, people at school, I used to have friends, but never really felt like I fitted in. And obviously, when you feel like you don't fit in, just you have sociological needs that also need, like health needs that needs to be met. You have physical needs, you have mental and emotional needs, spiritual needs, and socially we do as a people need to feel like we do belong. And when we don't feel that way, we can get very, very unhealthy in many different ways. And I feel like that really took a toll on my mindset. And that's what it is. Like I wasn't necessarily like molested as a child or raped. Never really physically abused. Never even really like talking abuse. Like never like mentally abused necessarily. What's it called? Not talkative abuse. Verbal abuse. It's just in my mind, I just felt like I didn't fit in. And then when that happens, then freaking evil thoughts starts coming in, and then you get carried away. And then I got bitter at the people that didn't like me. I got resentful, and I just felt that, okay, I guess I'm not good enough, so I have to overextend myself to even like meet the normal bar. And I think that really impacted, my overall health. It just made life just ridiculously difficult. um, it made me lonely, and it made me feel like being isolated was me being safe. And even now, I would say probably as a young kid, I was more extroverted than introverted, but being conditioned to think that just being in situations where I was kind of shunned, and at a certain point, maybe it just was me trying to recreate what happened in the past, because most we tend to repeat our past when we don't learn from them. And I'm trying to think what is there to learn about that situation, because it just hurts. Even now, I mean, I'm not ready to cry now, but it's definitely something that I don't like that happened to me, and I just want to. I guess I'm just kind of asking God now. I'm just what did you want me to learn from that situation? What is it? I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. But now I definitely feel I don't have anxiety when the phone rings, or when I have to make a phone call, when I have to do freaking adult stuff. I get real anxious. It's ugh. I never really learned from I never learned from the loss, But then again, maybe I should try to be more empathetic. So I want you guys, I want my lovelies, I want my community to be humble and understanding, empathetic as well to other people. So maybe, the kids. By the way, a lot of the kids that I hung out with didn't have perfect lives. So what made me think that this that it was all my fault, It's just some parents they work too much. Some parents got divorced. My parents got divorced, but some of this one childhood friend that really really hurt me a lot. But her mother used to yell, and just they used to have arguments and all that stuff. And it's just Alyssa. And I guess I thought that maybe I was just selfish. Maybe I just thought, well, I want to have fun. I want to do my own thing. And I was never really truly caring about other people. I guess I just looked and observed, but I never really took the time to actually ask, hey, are you okay? Maybe I never really did that, actually. I never really did that. And even if they said, no, I'm fine, or whatever, that's what happened, but I think I should have at least been hey, I feel really uncomfortable. And I know you must feel really uncomfortable. I never really spoke my honest truth. Maybe once or twice I did. But I just let people kind of run over me. I let people just be the truth. It's probably what God's trying to tell me, I guess. It's I made it seem like other people were perfect and I needed to learn from them, but it's really Jesus that I have to learn from. And it sounds very corny, and it's what? That's your big reveal, that's your big revelation. But as I'm thinking about it now, I definitely feel that Jesus is real, and I don't know much about him, but just being persistent and learning about him, on my own accord, going to the small groups at my church, going to church, helping out at the church, and then like watching this like amazing story called The Shack. That was like mind blowing to see God in that light. And I definitely feel like something, The Shack is what it's called. Oh, somebody's still watching? Wow. Oh wow. Who the heck joined? Hey. Hi. I definitely feel like I'm learning more about who God is, and like that really made me happy because I just for the longest time I'm like I am stupid, like I don't know what I'm doing, like it's just ridiculousness. But hey, I think hey girl, yeah, you doing? I was talking about my childhood, and just thinking about how can I really like learn from the bullshit that I experienced, and again like just being kind of like rejected in a sense by my fellow neighborhood friends or from my own family or from people at school. I never really was able to speak my mind, speak my truth, and I just held people up to this like standard. I treated people like they are my idols, you know, because I think we all have that innate feeling to do that. We have this innate feeling to look at something and to be like, that's it. That's what I should focus on. That's who I should just base my life off of, and let me do that and then see where it goes. And you can say that that's really supposed to be God's place, but you know, if you're not religious, if you're not even religious, if you're not a theist, I can totally, because I was not, like I was an agnostic atheist. I didn't want to believe in God. So like now I'm just like, man, I seem stupid talking about God as if I know what I'm talking about, because I don't know what I'm talking about. But at least from what I've learned, I definitely feel like I lost my train of thought. Well, how are you feeling? I don't know your actual name. F is VSKWAK. How are you feeling? How you feeling, girl? Are you doing all right? All right, cool. I'm gonna say hey hey. 안녕. 안녕하세요. But yeah, ah, and you can say that we're just so complicated creatures, and it's just like, why am I being so hard on myself? Well, it's because I focus on myself throughout my childhood, and now, for real, guys, I really didn't think that I was gonna learn anything. I'm like, my God, what? What do you want me to learn? Because I avoid this conversation on a daily basis. Like, I don't, like, this is why part of the reason why I watch YouTube and eat all the time. I'm like, I'm trying to avoid learning about myself. But I'm like, okay, let me just do it. Let me just do something to learn more. But yeah, I think they left. Yeah, they left. That's okay. That's all right. But yeah, what was I saying? Don't scratch, don't scratch. Okay. We're good. We're good. We're good. I didn't think I would learn anything, but now as I'm really thinking about it, I wasn't the pathetic victim that I thought I was. I was really just, I was being quite selfish, and I couldn't. I was afraid from the beginning of taking risk, of putting myself out there, and it's just like learning that just through life that we are a gift, And if we just close our gift and never open it, it's like, what good is that doing in the world? You know? But I just learned, literally, I just learned that it wasn't just them, you know? Good thing I'm wrapping this up because I have like 20 seconds. It wasn't just them, it was me. I didn't want to be myself. I didn't want to see how other people were doing. And I know now that I can take charge of that now. I can do something about that now. So I'm glad I'm doing that now. Thank you guys for watching so much. And you guys want to, it's been an hour. It's been an hour. You guys, on the podcast, I just paused the Instagram live feed. And I just thank you guys for listening. And yeah, it's just, I'm glad I'm still have something inside me still decided to do this and still decided to fight. I'm just glad I did. I'm still glad I'm doing it, and I'm trying to work through everything. Yeah, I am glad. Thank you guys so much. That's really all I have to say. For real, I am learning to just be more myself, and that's where your strength lies. Just being in your own little bubble and like taking no risk. It's just so harmful because you feel the guilt, you feel the shame of not being able to do that. And now I resort to like food and porn and just mindless video watching to dull that pain. But I have to take responsibility and say that I could have done better, and now I can do better. And stop trying to feel that guilt and shame anymore, and just trying to conquer that with love, and just knowing that, or just believing that God loves me and he chose this life for me, and he chose these obstacles for me to be a better person and to learn from them. And I should look to him, and he should be my, hey, this is how I should be, and this is how I should base my life off of. And doing that listen, if we're not going to do it off of God, certainly doing that from people is not helpful. And trust me, I've done it. It doesn't work. So let's just try this God thing. That's what I've been saying for a good month or so. Let's just try this God thing, and let's just really just put it out there and just try, Thank you guys for listening. I'm gonna wrap it up. 안녕. Bye bye.